It's the NFL on EA Sports, and all eyes are on Jared Goff. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Lions and the Cowboys. All that and more coming up next.
Well, the roof is closed, but as you can probably tell, the mouths of these Cowboy fans could not be more wide open. It is a frenzied AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gunn, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the Lions here, it's been all systems go in this first month. They're off to a 4-0 start.
And it's got folks believing that this is a team that's built to go all the way. You can't win the Super Bowl in September, but they're telling everyone that they're going to be there in the end.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the first overall selection of the 2016 draft. From Cal, it's Jared Goff.
And he's been playing at an elite level here in this early half of the season. Tops in the league in touchdown passes at this point. This is definitely a wide open offense.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Lions get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. 7-0 is our score, ready for the dynamic kickoff as this one's away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Well, the Cowboys making their way out behind the NFL's leader in touchdown passes for 2023. In his 9th season now, Dak Prescott.
And the tendency for most of these guys is to want to match things right away because they have a lot of confidence in their talent too. They just saw a big strike against their team, and you know they're thinking to themselves, I can get this back right now on one play. Well, if it's there, you take it, but otherwise, just go ahead and calm your team down. Run the offense, get things going, and see how things settle in.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Marcus Davenport in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. It's loose, the ball bouncing around, and it's going to go out of the back of the end zone, so that is going to be a safety.
An absolutely dominating series from that pass rush to record the safety. 3 sacks in a row shouldn't be possible against an NFL offensive line. But there they are, dropping him on 3 straight reps, the last of which came in the end zone for 2 points.
The Lions offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. He had the touchdown pass on the opening drive. As you take a look at the NFL leaders in touchdown passes coming in, and he's right up there among the league's best. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Goff. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And quickly they get to the line. Goff now to throw. Being chased out left. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Again, Goff. That to the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Following the interception, here's Prescott. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback.
And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game.
I'm not sure they mentioned it as a goal during the week or even talked about it in pregame, but the way they're playing right now, they want this game out of reach by halftime. Not only does the safety just demoralize the opposing offense, now your guys can run out there and try to add another 6 to their lead.
And Detroit getting set to go now. So the safety, obviously a big play, but now the offense, maybe they feel pressure to score with the defense doing something like that.
And it's good pressure because they put them in a nice spot now, having scored the points on defense, turn the ball back over to them. You're right, there's pressure to score, but they feel good about their chance.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Detroit. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 69 yards. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. You talk about this Lions defense. It's quite a unit. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And since this is such a good unit at covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch. But nothing doing on that one.
And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Powers through. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return, and the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And Charles, they're really stringing these possessions and scores together early. We're still in the first quarter, but if they can score again here, look out.
Yeah, and as you taught me when we're broadcasting games, one word we're supposed to avoid, and that's blowout. But that's exactly what's going on here. Down 3 possessions just the first quarter. That goes beyond any worst-case scenario we might have thought coming into this game. And another touchdown here, that should eliminate any hopes for any type of a comeback.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Off play action. Here's Goff. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Eric Kendricks came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Motion man left, Peoples-Jones. Throwing on 2nd and long. Goff. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. Touchdown, Detroit. Peoples-Jones, 66 yards. And the Lions are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Badgley on for the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Cowboys offense and Dak Prescott getting ready to go once more. And his ability to use his legs has given the defense fits when trying to game plan. He's currently second in the NFL in rushing yards by a QB. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So here's a 3rd and 14. Looking to throw. Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3 and out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Prescott. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Levi Onwuzurike in there to record another sack. And that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this punt sails over the sideline, and the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and Jared Goff set to take over once more. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still 1st down.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Delay of game, offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Still first down.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still first down.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Delay of game, offense.
And they'll accept that penalty.
Still first down.
From his goal line here, Goff. He'll let this go deep for St. Brown. And got his man complete. Still going inside the 20. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Amon-Ra St. Brown with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Lions extend their lead yet again. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. And a good return, but he pays the price at the end of it as he's picked up and thrown down.
Holding, receiving team.
So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Prescott now. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
And you can't say enough about our man making the interception right there, Brandon. It's his 12th year in the league, and you told me before the game that he still got it, and he does. What a play that was to come away with the football.
After the interception, here's Goff. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Here's Goff. They'll roll him out right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Donovan Peoples-Jones. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Lions are pouring it on. Goff looking to throw. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And Charles, we'll see what... Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
They'll take over first and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Now Goff. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they will take over at the 20. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure.
The previous play is under review.
Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Quick throw there is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Here's first and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Out of the gun, Goff. And it's caught. Touchdown. David Montgomery, as the first half is winding down. And the Lions will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the final act was the David Montgomery touchdown reception. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30. And the Cowboys going to go on offense one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Prescott now from the 50. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Here's Prescott. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback and giving him a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll begin with the early game across the Atlantic at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in North London.
where it was the visiting Jaguars who were able to come away with the road victory. Trevor Lawrence, excellent in the victory, as his guys run their mark to 4-2 on the year. From there, let's head west to see what's going on with the Raiders at home in Las Vegas. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. A touchdown run for Najee Harris. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Arizona Cardinals.
Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. The Cowboys offense and the veteran Ezekiel Elliott set to go to work once more. And he's had his fair share of troubles in this one, unfortunately. This defensive front has wreaked havoc throughout the contest, and he hasn't been able to create enough space to make something positive happen to this point. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Prescott to throw it. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
That's good for a Cowboys first down. First and 10 at the 40.
Play action now. Prescott. That is caught by Lamb. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. 25 yards that time.
4 yards. That's another Cowboys first down. First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
A handoff left, Elliott. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Again, it's Elliott. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
Now Prescott. And Prescott, his 3rd interception. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Lions are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half. This carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Goff now looking to throw. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 19. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. 13 yards remaining on 2nd down. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. David Montgomery halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Lions will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now Prescott. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Here's Prescott. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 3. To throw is Prescott. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Aiden Hutchinson getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long. Throwing, Prescott. And he's going to go down again. Aiden Hutchinson, 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, it's obvious, but I can't help but say it here. It's never a good day when the opposing defense has more sacks than you have points. The win seems likely, but this defense is still playing for something here. They see that 0 on the scoreboard, and they don't want that to change.
On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. The Lions offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. They'll go to Montgomery to try to wind some clock. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. The All-Pro Micah Parsons there on the tackle. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Now a 3rd and 6. Here's Goff. Now he'll take a shot for Peoples-Jones. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. That's to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
A gain of 7. First down, Lions.
Montgomery back to the ground.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery.
And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line.
And now they're in the hurry-up. Now Montgomery, he's got it on the draw. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. Up the middle, it's Montgomery.
And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. And his fine afternoon on the ground continues. That last run going to put him over 100 yards for the ball game.
So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Detroit, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Dallas, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And now they'll head to the bye week as they'll be back in action in Week 8. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.